1, 2. A scooter do.
What's that from?
SpongeBob.
Oh,
Is that the Bubble Bowl?
I don't know. I forget the episode, but scooter do.
that's when they were practicing with the band.
Yeah, so
They said
the
his
Bubble
mayonnaise-
Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a Bubble
His
Bowl.
mayonnaise an instrument.
Bubble.
All right, 5 seconds of silence, boys.
Here we go.
What's up, Benchwarmers? We're here tonight, a Monday night episode, throwing up a 2-4 really quick. We'll get to that. We want to introduce ourselves tonight. My name is Diego. I'm joined in the studio by Eric the Instigator, Eddie Made Out of Glass, and Marco the Interrupter.
Yo.
I'm glad he didn't interrupt me.
I was legit thinking about it. I'm like, I really don't want that yellow this early. In
Oh
the
yeah,
podcast.
man. So if you're new here, we have this new thing going on now that we got these official pro cards.
Oh, yeah.
While Eric throws them on the ground, we got a yellow and a red. You know, if you say something dumb on the show, you're gonna get carded. And we're still coming up with some sort of a punishment for accumulation to get red carded. Has anyone gotten red carded yet?
No.
I think we've given out some yellows.
Yeah, again, not last episode. Last
No,
episode, everybody was pretty
clean.
good. Yeah.
It was clean. Yeah. Okay.
clean.
Yeah, fair play. Fair play.
Edgar was really close to one,
It
but,
was.
but I think he got away with it. I think he let the time run out and we all forgot about it.
Yeah.
So we want to do the usual and remind you guys where you can find us. Eddie.
You can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast now? Or whatever it is, and Apple Podcasts, Benchwarmers FC.
Nice. Where can they follow us, Eric?
Follow us, give us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you want to hear in future episodes through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Benchwarmers FC. We also stream on Facebook, by the way, just a heads up.
Yes. Speaking of streaming, where can they watch us, Marco?
They can watch us on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV, and that's where we're going to be
Nice.
streaming as well, right?
So-
for the live.
Yeah, so clarification. I know that we've been saying mixer,
Right.
but due to
Restrictions?
not restrictions, but just to make life easier for everybody and
Right.
just for the bigger audiences that Facebook and YouTube are going to be where we're going to be streaming going forward.
Streaming our live match reaction. So if you want to see our cringe moments, if you want to see Klopp's asshole live, make sure
if
you
you want to
tune
see
in.
Maguire celebrate against a who again, or Jesse Lingard score his first goal against a
Listen,
who again?
it's Jay
I think
Ling's.
it's too soon, man.
It's Jay Ling's year,
Move the
bro.
conversation.
Yes, it's Jay Ling's year.
I'm
Don't
just-
make me
I'm
pull out
just-
stats,
no,
bro.
he's
Yeah,
doing this.
Dad,
More
More
goals
goals-
in the Cup,
more
no,
goals in
from-
Lacazette in this
from-
decade, bro.
Dad.
More goals
More-
than Lacazette in this decade. I'm just saying.
One for last year. That couldn't score one.
He's 100% better already than he did the entire year of last
Bro,
year.
that's a great accomplishment, bro. He's doubling his output already. Can you believe that?
Perspective.
That's crazy.
Stat troll.
Perspective, bro.
You should introduce yourself as, hi, my name is Diego the Stat troll.
Listen, I've been saying Arteta 1 win in 6 and people rolling out unbeaten in January, so I don't know what's going on. Perspective?
I haven't said that.
No, I'm saying that's what's all over Twitter right now. You gotta be careful with perspective.
He's happy with the 1-0, with the 1 goal from Jesse Lingard and the 1 goal from Maguire, though.
Listen, we'll get to that because we want to talk about the magic of the FA Cup. We had some matches that happened today, over the weekend. And before we get to that, we want to invite all of you to give us a like, follow, subscribe, comment. Like Eric had said, we want to hear from everyone that listens, all of you fans out there. We also want to remind you that we have Tech Ball 2. We have the experience of Tech Ball that we want to be able to bring to everyone. We had an amazing, amazing time at this Baltimore United Soccer Coaches Convention. The highlight video reel is out right now if you want to check our Instagram for that. So make sure you give that a like, give it a watch. It was an awesome experience, and we hope to keep going out to events like that, getting more of the guys on the bench out so you can meet the rest of us characters. And I think it's going to be really fun moving forward. It's going to be a big year, hopefully.
AC in mid-February?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm so in the talks with some head honchos over at FC Copa to see if you can stream their games. Just put in the word, trying to butter my way in there. So we'll see what happens with that.
Lube yourself up.
I mean, Marco, I don't know what you do to get into these places.
Yo, damn.
Jesus.
Yo.
Yeah, that didn't take too long.
All right, man. Hit that whistle so we can get to kick
Yeah,
off.
for
before-
real. Did you loop this up too? I'm scared.
I mean,
Oh, it's so oily.
All right, kickoff. I'm gonna skip that.
Yeah.
The first match that we're going to talk about right now, a match that happened today, Bournemouth v Arsenal. Arsenal were away, correct?
Correct. Yes, we were.
So Arsenal visited the Cherries today to try to advance into the next round of the FA Cup. We had 2 clean and tidy goals by Saka and Nketiah, if
sir.
I'm not mistaken. There was some controversy, but we'll get to that because, again, Eric's favorite technology is changing the sport as we speak. What'd you think? What'd you think of the match, Eric?
VAR, fuck VAR, fuck VAR.
That's your match reaction?
That's my that was
all you
everybody's
took from
reaction.
that?
That was everybody's reaction in that game. But no, on the real,
Tell us more about what you saw, man.
it was actually a great performance. I mean, granted, you know, we are going to a weaker Bournemouth side at the moment.
Sure.
But just the overall dominance, we took advantage of our possession this time and our momentum. We scored the 2 goals early on, phenomenal
Within
goals.
4 minutes, if I remember correctly. Right?
Yeah, it was a great performance overall as a team. The only thing, you know, that happens, and it happens to all teams, is that towards the second half, the momentum kind of drifted to Bournemouth side.
Yeah, and they did get the late goal.
94th minute
consolation
goal.
goal.
Yeah, which is kind of like, you know, all right, let's just put the nail in the coffin, get the 3rd goal, and just call it a day. But still, you know, there's still a lot of good signs to take. Again, it's not an overnight process. I keep emphasizing that. It's not overnight. This is a longer process.
Sure.
But there's a lot to hold on to at the moment. So it was exciting to watch the possession actually lead into goals. Martinelli and Saka are just continuing to just let up the league right now. This is FA Cup, of course, but still. On England, what's up?
Yeah, no, they were saying that what Shaka is doing with Saka is that he's allowing him not to always stay back.
Correct.
What they're doing is they're switching positions sometimes. He'll say like, all right, Saka, just go ahead. I'll cover for you. Make sure that you're covered because he is still a winger. So he still wants to go up.
Tactically, what they're doing now is kind of what, again, you know, and I hate to say this, but Liverpool have kind of made the blueprint for everybody. But on the attack, Arsenal dropped back to a back 3 with Bellerin pushing up and Saka pushing up to a wing back position, which allows Saka to push up more. And Xhaka, with his performance last against Chelsea, you saw he can play the center back role, and it's not like, you know, he can transition from position to position, which is something that we need, honestly, if we're going to be doing that. So yeah, I mean the communication and the chemistry that Xhaka currently has with Saka at the moment is proven to work out phenomenal.
How difficult is it to say both those names in the same sentence?
It's like a tongue twister. So she's
So, Marco, I want to ask you real quick. Did you see the VAR incident?
No, I did
Live.
not.
Okay.
Sadly, I did
Okay.
not.
We're gonna do a test right now, live on the episode. Marco, can you tell me? I'm gonna put the brightness up here so that there's no confusing. I'm showing Marco right now exactly what probably the VAR official saw. Marco, is this offside?
No.
That took 3 seconds. 3 seconds from Marco. And on the pitch, what was it, like a 5-minute intervention or something like that?
Yeah, at least 2-3 minutes. So I mean, obviously Premier League hire Marco. I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know.
Let me see this. This is bad obvious.
Dude,
Like, who is offside?
they were
here?
looking at
The guy with the ball is Martinelli.
Yeah, they're calling for him.
yes.
Correct.
They're looking at
But there's
his
a
knee.
foot away from.
They're looking at his knee.
Bro, his knee's tucked in.
So it's the angle that they brought out the measuring tape. They brought out the ruler. They brought up my penis because it's so small.
Oh
to
my
compare.
god. Oh my god.
Yo.
You see, not only me.
Where's that's close to yellow, bro.
That's really close to yellow.
I'm bashing
Borderline-
myself. I'm bashing
borderline
myself.
This
bro.
is
Okay,
this
But,
podcast took a wild turn.
You're watching the Bell Danger on YouTube before. YouTube. She was answering some crazy questions. I want to clarify that. So as we were watching it,
Putting himself out to dry.
this is obviously
If
rated.
it does not come
M.
on Thursday, we know why.
This is rated M for mature, guys. Obviously, if you're listening to this, don't have your kids hear this.
This took a wild turn.
Would you say that they brought out the chains like in NFL?
They bought the chains in the NFL. And
Bro, is it gonna be NFL soon?
it is,
Yeah,
bro.
the NFL
It
EPL?
really is, man. I'm telling you, what's coming next are the flags, the
Eric-
challenger plays. They're
Eric
coming
Damas.
next.
Eric Damas.
I would
I saw the picture again today.
completely
And it made me laugh.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
I won't lose my shit. I'll throw a party because I was right, and I would be so happy I was right.
'Cause I know
But
that
really hope it doesn't get to
the
that,
challenge
man.
plays already hit up the NBA. So
Yeah, it has in the NBA.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, no, regardless of the fact, again, VAR again taking center stage, and you heard all the fans chanting it.
Mhm.
Fuck VAR, 100% on board with that, man. It's just completely taking out the soul of the game.
Bro, that's a clear and obvious mistake.
Bro.
Like that is not offside.
Well,
The
they
ball
gave
is
the
a foot
goal, though,
behind.
They gave the goal, yeah. They gave the goal.
it's just
what
the
were
amount
they
of time
checking
that was
for?
taking it up.
They
Yeah.
shouldn't
It was
have
just
taken that long.
exactly. I think that kind of falls back. I forget who was saying it, but if it's, I think it was Eric was saying it. If it's not clear and obvious within the first 30 seconds, it's not fucking clear and obvious. Just call it back. Just let it go.
Mhm.
But they just want to screw us every shape way possible.
So apparently Mike Dean was the VAR referee for this match.
Oh, I'm surprised. No surprise there. No wonder it took so goddamn long. No surprise there. If it was United, it would have been like, oh yeah, 2 goals. Give him 2 goals for that. Not surprised. Not surprised.
Yeah.
You just heard live reaction to
Not
Eric's agenda
surprised.
against Mike Dean. I can't believe it though, because you would think that it would be improving at this point. We're already halfway through the season. We're in the return fixture, like the return half of the season, where teams are playing the return fixtures from the first half, and it's like you guys still are making, I would say, mistakes like this, because if it's not that clear, if it's not that like you said, 30 seconds or not, I don't want to agree with Edgar, so I'm agreeing with what you said. I'm agreeing with your quote.
30 seconds or less, Edgar, to Eric today. There you go.
Yeah, I'll quote Eric on that. I think another game using VAR to kind of jump into it. Shrewsbury versus Liverpool. There was no VAR, and Liverpool ties.
No win. Coincidence? I think not.
I don't think so either, man. I don't know, Eddie.
whatever.
You got any answers for this, man?
Obviously, we don't care about the game because Klopp already said that no senior player, and he's not coaching it on the return leg. So, whatever.
It's kind of slap in the face.
Yeah, you don't think that's a little disrespectful though? Like,
Sorry, bro. He's not English. He's German.
But not every other club, though. I mean, has there been a moment?
Every other club. Did you see the team that we put out against Everton?
No, but I'm saying, well, you guys won.
right?
Yeah, with children.
Exactly. So I mean, but isn't has there been a moment where a club hasn't partaked in this tournament?
I don't think so.
Not
At least,
part- I mean, we're
from my living
participating.
memory, from when
Correct.
I've
But
been
I mean, if we're
following,
like a head
I don't
coach
know.
and like, it's like, nope, I don't want to go, and these guys aren't coming with me.
I mean, we did the same thing with the Capital Caribou Cup, whatever.
I
We
don't
left
know,
the kids.
man.
We left the kids behind, and
Honestly,
club went to Dubai.
So there were 2 goals, 2 late goals that came back. So Shrewsbury can battle back for the 2-2. They earned the replay.
Obviously, you know
Honestly.
we don't care when Salah's passing the ball to a player that's not even on the pitch anymore. So
Yo, can we once we share that clip of Salah passing it to
I
yeah.
want to see this.
to
Nah, I
Matip.
watched it live. I'm like, bro, what
No.
are you doing?
Bro, you haven't seen it.
Who
No, I
did
haven't
pass it
seen
to?
Joe Matip, who came
Matip.
out for him, because you know how the new rule is, like whatever sideline you're closest to,
Yeah,
that's the way you get out,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like, I forgot what play happened. Ball came up, Salah headed it down, turned around, saw Matip, and passed it to him, and he's just walking out.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm watching the video right now. So,
Alright.
Watching live.
Yo,
so
please.
Salah gets the ball, passes it to.
Matip, watch it. Yeah.
He said, "May I?"
Oh, shit,
Bro, my
Yeah.
man is like,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, bro? Club is like, damn.
That was
Club was like,
happening?
Club was like, what are you doing?
Club was like,
He's like, yeah, I'm
Salah,
not
put that
coaching this
shit in
anymore.
Salah with the break.
Man,
Breakthrough.
Mans was out there like, yo, y'all really got me coaching this game right now?
Yo, for real. I mean, that's crazy though.
Shit.
So my understanding, mine is out till mid-February.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, mid-February is what, 2 weeks from now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
3.
weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
4 games.
How many? And you got 16 points. Nah, you guys want to do it already. I'm not worried about that.
nah, man.
No, well,
this
that-
could be the injury we're all waiting for, man.
Stop, bro, because we're already signing Adama Traore, so like,
Oh,
Oh my god.
Here we go. Here we go. Listen, I think I'm gonna put my 2 cents in this. I think Klopp coming out and saying that he's not gonna coach the game. Was it Neil something? I think he's gonna put in
Yeah,
charge,
second in
like,
charge,
like a
yeah.
secondary. Bro,
he's not even the second in charge. I think he's the U23.
That's even worse, man. I honestly like for FA Cup's sake, maybe they could use some changes to like the competition format. I have read that, so it doesn't clash so much with like the schedule. But come on, man, and not just for like the Cup, like for Shrewsbury too. Like have some respect for the other team, man.
Yeah, they're coming to Anfield.
I get not playing like senior players, but seriously, like you gotta. I don't know, man. I think you really have to.
I mean, it's in like 2 weeks, so probably the narrative will change till then. But from this current moment, yeah, it seems like he's not gonna coach it.
I was just gonna say, I think it's something to face to the tournament, given that everybody's followed this tradition,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
not
everybody's
just
following the
because-
tradition, but
just because now there's a championship run at stake, you're gonna pull the trigger.
everybody put the kids in.
I mean, yeah, but the coaches still showed up.
Listen, I would put FA Cup over EFL or like a Community Shield any day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still a major trophy, and like to look at it that way, honestly, man, I think it kind of shows a bit of like tunnel vision, I guess, from Klopp, where like you see one target. Yes, all the credit to them because they're running towards it head on, but like you have to like make your ambitions a little bit wider than that. You're just gonna be like, whatever.
I think he's just different from
Curtis
Pep.
Jones and blah blah blah.
Yeah. I think he's just different from Pep because like obviously Pep wants to just win everything,
Mm.
and then Klopp was like, I
But
got to do
you know what
without
that
it.
is, and I mean, we'll get to it later, but that's Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Word,
I mean,
think
more. He wants more.
He's got to
Yeah.
go for everything, man. He really does. Next game, though, because we're going to go through them really quick. We have Tranmere versus United. Jay Ling starting off 2020. More goals than Lacazette.
Perspective.
More goals than...
Statral.
More
Here we go.
goals
Here we go.
than-
Perfect example.
More goals.
Thank you.
He said
Thank
one
you.
of the funniest things is
Thank
he
you.
said, "Oh, I don't know why you call me Statro."
More goals than...
I love it.
who was it? Who was the other one?
Desi Lingard 2019 entire year
More goals than 2019. Harry Maguire.
with the
Hitting
Ronaldo celebration.
in the 20-yard screamer. And actually, the one thing at least, even though it came against Tranmere Rovers,
Oh, I'm sorry. Who
the fact that they
is who again?
scored 6 goals.
Oh,
the first
you mean the
time.
team that my uncle plays for in Guatemala?
Oh
That
my
team?
God, that's crazy.
That team you guys won?
That's
You guys beat?
crazy.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
It's
We're
a
celebrating that now.
Honestly,
It's
I
a
don't-
team that Liverpool plays every freaking
Listen,
preseason.
I saw the
Like,
I saw the replay for Maguire's celebration after that. I was like, oh, I literally like.
yeah, maybe you
I
should
just covered my eyes. now.
should have
Please.
hit those goals against was it
Stop,
Wolves?
man. Bro, I was like, stop, Maguire, please.
And he's like,
Maguire,
Over it.
please, dude.
My man wanted to do like the Jordan. Yo, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
one thing we can agree on, he doesn't know what he's doing. We don't.
My
We all
man
know
celebrated
that.
it like Vincent Company celebrated last year.
Oh, right. After he hit that.
The fucking screamer from
the
like
screamer
45
from
yards out.
45.
Is that kind of a I guess a measuring tool to kind of show where United are at right now?
The thing is that I don't know whether to take that seriously or not. 'Cause,
Sorry, bro. Like
they're
he,
celebrating
could've
like
been-
that.
Liverpool not
because, like-
taking FA Cup seriously.
'cause they-
Manchester United are, so it's all good.
Because well, yeah, of course. 'cause you
Yeah,
know
of
what,
course. Yeah, of
it's
course.
a
Now,
major
right?
trophy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Okay.
You know what? It's fine. You guys
Okay.
can play. You could pick and choose. Apparently, your a la carte trophies.
Yes,
Since you
we-
haven't won,
Card trophy.
since you haven't won so much
yes,
in the
we
last
will.
30.
That's fine with
crazy.
me.
But honestly, I don't listen. The same way City can bash on these teams, the same way
Next time we're gonna
Liverpool
have
would be
popcorn.
bashing on these teams or any other big side. I think they should just kept it pushing. Honestly, fine. You want to put 6-8 past a League 2, League 1 side? Absolutely, go ahead. In fact, that's probably what is expected of you. I'm pretty sure if they won 1-0, there would be more questions asked than anything.
Yeah.
But like, what I will answer about what you're saying, maybe it shows a bit of a change in mentality as far as like the maybe the seriousness or the professionalism that they're taking this
No.
season with. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. I
'Cause,
just think it's
like-
just like, yo, Manchester United has been battered. Not like on the field or anything, but like social media and everybody. The media,
Yeah, all over the place.
that they're finally we got something to hold on to.
But
It's like
that,
finally.
that's what they
It's
decide
just
to
like
hold on
I
to.
no,
think-
it's like
here's the
so much
thing.
frustration that happens.
I think
It's like, yo, finally we
But I
get
think they're
something.
conscious of that though. I
Yeah.
really do. I really think they're conscious of the fact that they're getting like bantered and stuff.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
just like
yeah.
doing that to kind of like push the envelope.
To benefit themselves even more.
Just to give people shit to talk about because they it could be that they just don't care, and that's a bigger issue. That to me is a way bigger issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Lingard,
you know, but
for any player, Lingard or not, for you to do your marquee celebration or whatever, imagine Ronaldo doing up the CU against freaking Tranmere Rovers or a team like that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He would just be like, all right, let's go pick up the ball, bring it back to the center circle.
It's kind of like what I do when y'all give me shit for something, like the magician shit.
Magician.
I couldn't pronounce. I said magician, and then the guys trolled me. So I took over the troll and I made it myself.
Yeah, defense
And then
mechanism, bro.
I just
You
allowed it.
Eminem'd yourself. You just make fun of yourself so
I
they don't make fun of you.
myself, Yeah, they called me the guy from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That immediately became my profile picture.
the guy from what's
The
it?
nerd.
Ned.
Ned, yeah.
So I
you
start
watching?
using it. Yeah. So now I'm Ned the magician on one of our chats.
Oh my God.
So like stuff like
yeah,
that.
that
I'm
shit is so
assuming
funny.
that's what Manchester United are doing. They're like, all right, you're trolling us so much with this. I'm gonna take back that troll. I'm gonna use it on myself.
I'm gonna give you an orange card for just completely exposing yourself to the whole entire audience.
fine,
So
look.
thank you
I
for
mean,
that.
he's using it to make a valid point, honestly. If they're
It is a
looking at
valid
it like
point.
that,
It is a valid point.
it
You 8-miled yourself.
yeah, exactly, literally. But if it's really gotten to that point, like that just shows like that to me is like alarming. Like, yes, there's a level of
something.
there's a
about
level
you.
of self-consciousness that you need to have to be able to 8-mile yourself like that. And if these guys were actually doing it, then maybe, you know what, fine. Maybe they're just trying to get past it. Maybe they just needed to do that. But that's not the only match that happened.
So
because
is that more of a player thing or an Ollie thing where
no,
you
no,
just
no.
lost the locker?
I think it's a player thing.
I think
played
it's
it?
both, man.
I think it's a player
I'd say
thing.
it's both
I really
because if
do.
you look, I mean, if you say it's just a player thing, it's kind of hard to say that when you look at, for example, and you know, I'm gonna sound biased, I don't care. Arsenal under Emery, completely different team. The players were out of it, the team was out of it, but now under Arteta, the players look like they just were reborn again to a new team.
It kind of looks like they understand the game again.
Yeah, they appreciate the game. They want to go back to the old ways, and not to say United players don't. I think a lot of players there have the heart to push it forward. Like Mata, he's a guy I think is a great leader for a team. They had another great leader, but
Right.
who's at the wheel?
I don't know if
Ollie
it's-
at the wheel.
I don't know if it's an Ollie thing. I really think it could be a player thing where, yes, they had to get this match done, but maybe they just didn't take themselves too seriously. And there is, you know what, there's a bit of virtue in that. Just the way like we do the same thing here, man. Because we're Benchwarmers, we don't take ourselves too seriously. But we know what we're talking.
I'm always right. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Marco,
Yo,
Eric today.
okay. You better give me credit for that one.
Trust me, I don't want credit for that. I don't want credit for that.
Anyone hit us up if anyone wants to see the Marco when I'm right, but when I'm wrong T-shirt. Let us know.
Oh,
We'll roll that out.
Oh my
Please
God.
let us know if you want to see
I
that.
want that with the picture with the microphone backwards. I mean, make us.
Yo.
Nobody has seen that picture yet, but I mean,
It's-
if you
yeah,
want to
it's
be,
pretty funny.
Yo,
I think
Marco's
oh my
trolling
God.
himself today.
It
yo.
takes some self-awareness.
He's
to do that, though.
8-miling himself
He's
today,
eight-miling.
bro. He's
Takes some
8-miling
self-awareness
himself
to do
today.
that.
I'm gonna walk up, be like, I know something about you.
Dead.
Oh, we had the draw just to wrap up this FA Cup talk because we don't want to linger on it too much. We have Sheffield Wednesday against City.
Pun intended, Lingard. You get it?
Chelsea against either Shrewsbury or Liverpool, whoever wins on that. Northampton or Derby against United. Southampton or Spurs against Norwich. And Portsmouth v Arsenal is the only other match that has already been confirmed now that they wrapped up the game against Bournemouth. Moving forward, though, and moving to a different league because there was some action going on. In Spain, we have Barcelona taking the first L. Bro, hashtag
Setien. All day, bro. I'm with
so
it.
they have a 1-0. They have a 1-0 win against Granada. They lose Luis Suarez for a prolonged time.
2 months.
Messi already has shown that he hasn't been firing on all cylinders. He hasn't been himself. Setien comes in. They get that 1-0 win, and then they lose 2-0 to a Valencia side that a lot of people really.
They barely beat Ibiza, first of all.
Right.
They barely won. And I mean, Eddie, I don't want to take it away from you because you're more of a Barcelona fan than any of us here. I mean, you're the only Barcelona fan here, but let's be real. Like, and I want you to get your definitely your point in too. But one thing I do want to say for people who are not here, Edgar and my cousin Jesse, who's a diehard Barcelona fan.
Oh, we're kind of out Jesse right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, boy.
I'm calling you out right now because you gave me your
man.
point of view, and I mean, it's not anything bad to say.
Uh-huh.
You know, I asked her and usually we always troll each other. Like, that's the first thing we do. But she can't troll me this time. I know something about you. So I asked her, I'm like, yo, so I mean, I didn't watch the game. What happened with Barcelona? I mean, 2-0. That's kind of a lot. You know, it's like not expected. She's like, honestly, there's a whole lot of passing for no reason.
Yeah, they need the end product.
And I think that's what kind of people were saying already about Setien before he came in, that he was awesome, you know, when it came to the passing the ball, but on the defensive end, he always lacked. And who did he go to Betis before? I think it was.
You got sacked there.
He got sacked there. So I mean,
It's very
is it another situation where Barcelona kind of following the footsteps of the Uniteds, of the Arsenals, where they just hired the wrong managers going forward?
I don't know, man. I think it has to do. The way I see it, I think it has to do with being stubborn with changing the guard at Barcelona. I've always talked about them being very Messi dependent. And with the loss
I
of
agree
Luis
with you.
Suarez, for people who are real, like actual, like, I'm going to put them on the spot, people who are actual Barcelona fans, they'll know that losing Suarez is losing a great finisher, as much as like I hate Suarez so much. And if you do like Suarez, then you can shut off the episode right now. But
Just go bite yourself somewhere else.
I think it's more of a it's that they pulled the trigger wrong, too late. They should have done it at the beginning of the summer, but better out. But they didn't. So they should have ended the year with them, because regardless of how bad they thought they were doing, they were still in first place.
right,
They were still in Champions League competition. They still haven't played the final of the Supercopa de España. They still hadn't played anything from Copa del Rey. So
they had something to salvage.
technically,
Yeah,
he was still good. Like, yeah, you caught him falling asleep in the fucking bench and shit like that. I'll do that all the time. But
Dead.
he was still in first
got mad
place.
too.
so fancy, oh dang.
And Iago and Sackham, after losing against Atletico Madrid for a Supercopa de España, kind of like dumb. And then he brings Setien, because I think that he was your last resource. You wanted Xavi, and Xavi said no.
That was a big slap, man.
Xavi
I know
knew.
we talked about it already on the pod for whoever was tuned in for that episode, but I think Xavi saying no to them the way he did, that's a big
Bro,
ego check.
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Big
Xavi
ego check.
knew what was going to happen, what's coming up. He knew that Messi was on his way out, and he knows the struggles that Barcelona's going to have. He was like, "No, I'm not
So he's
going
not
to
ready
deal with that right now."
He's not ready for a challenge. Bitch.
Not yet, but no. He might be one of the best coaches out there
Bro,
in the
is that-
future.
that he knows.
But
He knows they're dependent on two.
But why not?
separate
Why not be the
players
coach to
and-
change that?
Well, listen,
maybe he didn't feel prepared for it.
bro, all they have
Okay, I
is
respect that.
all they have
I
is-
respect that.
All they have is Griezmann now, and Griezmann
And one
Uh,
of
he did it against
we-
Ibiza, but
We bashed Barcelona enough.
no, but I
I wanna hear his point of
I
view.
do want to ask one question. Will Setien continue next year, or do you think this is going to be his 6 months and that's it?
No way, dude.
No, he's gonna get next year.
Financially, again, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, Real Madrid did it 3 times last season.
do you
2
see?
times.
Do you
So
see
that's what I'm
Barcelona?
asking.
Do you see Barcelona entering the manager merry-go-round? Because they haven't done that. They're one of the last teams that I feel like the big sides that haven't fallen into that trap.
I don't know, like it, cause Pep left. Tragedy happened with Tito, cause I think Tito would have still been at the club if,
Right.
yeah.
Correct.
Luis Enriquez got tired and he was like, "Nah, I'm out." And yeah, we just been in limbo ever since then.
Well, he wanted the Spain job, no?
Yeah, I think he wanted the Spain job.
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. He was like, all right, I'm kind of over it. I won Champions League, I won Liga. What else is there to win? Went to Spain. Obviously, whatever. He had his situation there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, like we just been in limbo. And it just sucks. I think we should have put more priority into Neymar instead of Griezmann.
I mean,
Cause
Neymar all day.
yeah, exactly. Neymar all day. Just saying. I love to watch Diego's face every time he hears the name.
Because he's my man. Killing it. Killing it.
He's killing it, bro.
Killing
Killing
right
it.
now, bro.
And according to Marco, the French league is better than the German league. So,
Yeah, according to him. Yeah.
but no, I mean,
That-
well, I want to ask you: you saw the game?
Yeah, I was watching the game.
What was your views on the game? Because again, a lot of
Yeah, it was just
passing for no
same
reason.
thing. Passing for no reason. Even Pep Guardiola has kind of let that shit go a little bit. because he knows like if I have to go to direct, I'm going direct. I'm launching the ball up to.
That's true. Yes,
I'm launching the ball up to Jesus, and hopefully he can header it in.
Didn't they celebrate that he scored a goal after 64 passes, 9 passes, like 2-3 seasons ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Something right. Yeah. In this one, they were celebrating that Barcelona made like 1,000 passes in like one game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, okay, but how many goals did you score?
Exactly.
Right.
There's just a lot of passing for no reason. When Suarez went down, I thought Ansu Fati is gonna play the number 9, but he's kind of being pushed off to the wings now and kind of the midfield, and I'm like, can't utilize him there.
So I mean, one last word I guess on my part, and I know you say he's gonna get another year. Setien, I'm calling him Setien because he's coaching for Barcelona. But is Setien the man for the job?
Yeah, for the time being,
You gonna back him?
I'm gonna back him for now, I guess.
Okay.
Hopefully Dembele comes back healthy. That's a big.
He's leaving, bro. He's out.
Bro, he's over, bro. You talk about made of glass.
Yeah, but if he comes back and at least gives it 6 months, he could get whatever contract he wants. But
That's true. Dembele is.
he's a beast, man.
Listen,
he's a
Eddie,
beast. He's just
if you're gonna
made
back,
out of glass.
You're gonna back Satan. You're gonna have to take the bans that come with it because I don't see a way out. For
Man's
Barcelona
making a
after
deal with
this,
the
man.
devil.
I don't see a way out for
Literally.
Barcelona for this, man. Because we have Madrid right now taking top spot, 46 points against 43. They got a 1-0 win against Real Valladolid, and it looks like Zidane's finally like righted the ship a little bit because we've been talking about Cortaz on this podcast for a while, and right now,
But yeah.
right now he has more clean sheets than he has goals conceded,
Yo,
and that's a big change.
Courtois has definitely. I think I said it last major game they had where he's completely turned it around. Like he's shown why he's worth the amount of money that they bought him for. Why he was rated the best keeper when he was at Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. Why he was rated so highly. He's found his confidence. I think the Real Madrid fans definitely got to him because everybody knows Real Madrid fans are.
You think they broke him?
ruthless.
Yeah.
I think they broke him for a bit. Honestly, I think they broke him for a bit.
crazy.
They broke
Bro.
him, but they had to help him rebuild.
Yeah, so that's the thing, like, you know, and you live by the sword, die by the sword kind of thing. You know, he died by the fans of Real Madrid, but he's reborn again, and now
His form is
form is
absolutely
ridiculous.
great.
Yeah, and plus you're taking away Navas' spot, which Navas for all the Madridistas were extremely loved. It's like
Sure.
they letting Casillas go, even though he didn't spend as much time as Casillas was for Real Madrid. So he had to go over that hump. Now I think he's doing really well.
he's doing phenomenal, man. I'm really impressed with him, and I honestly, all the banter I gave him, if I could take it back, I take it back.
I gave him a lot of shit at the beginning of the season.
We all did, man.
Yeah, we all did.
We all did,
Bro,
Courtois,
he was
that was his nickname for us.
he couldn't close his legs for the life of him.
He had to open more than a $2 whore.
I remember he
I
said
remember
that
saying
too.
that multiple times.
Oh,
At
and
a
he
whorehouse.
said- and he said it again.
It was like throwing a hot down a hallway at one point.
God.
So he's good in your book right now.
He's doing better, so yes, he's on my good side.
Okay.
Can't believe you, bro.
How many games is it gonna take for him to get on your bad side?
At least like a
One.
10
One.
10 games?
10 games, like consistently like letting goals in or
Bro.
else consistently losing. Like
I mean,
and he's not the only one to block. Everybody else in front of him have to help
Yeah,
him.
it depends
of
on
course.
the performances. Like we can lose 3-0, but if he's being left 1-on-1 against like a Griezmann or something, I'm not gonna blame him. Griezmann's the finisher.
right,
But if it's like simple mistakes where he's getting nutmegged,
or getting exposed.
getting
like near
exposed,
post or
and
stuff like
that's
that.
where the alarms start ringing. But if he's doing the way he's doing right now, Courtois, man, hats off to you. You're doing a good job.
I think. Do you guys think that Real Madrid can take this lead and push it all the way?
No reason why not.
Because
man.
Atletico, I don't know what's going on with Atletico Madrid, but
They're free falling.
Atletico Madrid are absolutely out of the
I
race.
just want to say it again. Who said that it was gonna be a three-horse race? All right, cool. No, I think Real Madrid can push it.
All I'm saying is that Cholo might not be there this season after the season. So Manchester
That's what
United,
I
if you
keep-
guys don't get your shit together, bro.
I don't know about Cholo, man.
Bro, that's the thing. Like,
If you talk about a guy with passion, he has a lot of it.
Yeah,
And-
yes,
and
he has
bro,
passion, but he needs a specific kind of player for that passion, dude.
That's true.
We don't have players that have the physical and like mental toughness that like Koke would or Saul. Like,
That's true.
can you imagine Dan James getting bodied and Simeone be like, "What are you doing? Like, get off the pitch right now."
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you'd be all right, bro. You guys have that infinite checkbook, man. You can write
and-
whatever zeros you want in it.
you were talking about Barcelona being one of the last ones to have that coach that they won't change coaches so much.
Yeah.
he's been there for 8 years.
Yeah.
It's
Word.
crazy to think about it, but how much he's accomplished. He's won Europa once, maybe twice, and I think he won La Liga once.
Yeah, he won Liga. Yeah.
But he brought Atletico Madrid to where it's at now to be considered one of the top 3, even though this season they are.
So he's like,
But he brought him there.
he's like the, I mean, I don't say poor man. I guess he did the poor man's Klopp. He does. He did. Klopp did a phenomenal at Borussia, and he did so well. But then, for so long, he finally got his trophies at the end. But
I guess you can.
Simeone hasn't done much.
Another difference
Simeone
is
hasn't
Klopp
really done
got
much.
his Champions League, which
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Borussia, he built them up from the bottom.
yeah.
Simeone has built up Atletico, but he still hasn't reached legendary yet because he hasn't done what.
There are
Klopp
maybe,
saw.
but
I mean,
the
the-
world's
have.
no.
I mean, honestly, the only reason why he didn't get a Champions League is because Real Madrid had Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, and Benz,
And they also had
and they all
Courtois.
scored in the Champions League finals.
Yeah.
So
And they also had Courtois and the worst goalkeeper penalty stopper in the world, which is Oblak apparently.
Yeah, for
apparently,
real.
so like, because he had to beat them to freaking get a Champions League title.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard to beat.
I mean, but
they're the Buffalo Bills right now.
Four Falls of Buffalo.
Or Falls of Buffalo,
Good documentary.
man.
You should watch it for 30. But Atletico, man, again, it's crazy how underperformed they've done this entire season.
So
Yeah, of
underperforming.
course.
This is ridiculous.
Bad.
And I mean, I give it to you guys. I could see why you would say it's a 3-horse race because again, with the players they
Bro,
have,
Joao Felix.
Joao
he was
Felix,
supposed to
but
be it.
but you know,
he was.
it falls down to the tactics. You know,
Yeah.
all
Tactics.
players don't fit certain formations,
I mean,
certain styles of
Certain
play.
systems,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I said it at the last recording. I was like, yo, nobody thought that Diego Costa was gonna be out for this long.
That too.
It's a long time.
That too. For sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's back until maybe like March, I think, or something.
Yeah,
I think
something
I
like
was
that.
Looking at that.
I
But-
mean, he's just doing videos inside, by his pool and shit. So.
For real.
my
Finding go-karts in the bullshit. But I do want to answer your question about Real Madrid and take it on the way. I think they 100% can because I think their depth on their bench has gotten a lot better
Yeah.
with the additions of Rodrigo, who's actually starting a lot more now.
Yeah.
Marco Asensio is supposed to be coming back soon. Marcelo's back from injury.
Oh,
Mid-March,
that's
he should be
crazy.
So
back.
with the
Yeah.
depth in that squad,
And we haven't been using Hazard at all.
and Hazard, he's coming back soon too.
So quiet.
Yeah,
So-
beginning of February, I think he comes back.
Yeah, so a couple of days from now. So I think with the depth that Real Madrid have, they can actually do a lot more than what people had them doing in the beginning.
Yeah,
La
with their
Liga,
breakout
and I'm gonna give
star.
them Champions League. If they can have a really good run
They have a good
in
run.
Champions
Yeah,
League.
and they have a breakout star, which is Valverde, which nobody
Oh
saw
my
coming.
god,
Oh,
bro!
yeah.
He is. Oh my god, bro.
Who'd you guys draw for champions?
Who do we have? Fuck.
PSG,
Man City.
Man City,
Oh,
Man City.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, it's
gonna be
doable.
nice, man.
That's gonna be a
It's gonna
good
be nice.
game.
There's gonna be some
That's
good
a
So
games.
game.
speaking about
I'm
teams
not
that
gonna
are
be back
hard
to
to
work
beat,
yet, so I get to watch.
you know, a lot of people have been bantering this team for kind of dumpster diving in the Premier League, but Inter have just signed Ashley Young, and what was it, 24 minutes in, gets his first assist.
Yeah,
Lautaro gets sent off for talking smack to the ref. They tie 1-1.
Yeah, bro, Russell soft.
Temporarily, it looks like it's really between Juve and Inter right now. But who you guys picking for that?
Juve.
Especially with, it looks like as of today, I don't know. I haven't read anything official. Always, can you hit the rumor?
What's the rumor?
Can you hit the rumor?
Come
on, bro.
I need a sound effect.
Rumor has it. The rumor is that Christian Eriksen has already
I'm looking for buying this
completed
shit.
his medical in Italy to move also to Inter Milan. These guys are just swooping for everybody. bro.
Kurzawa from PSG is also
Have
might
you
be going to
seen-
Juventus.
That's
apparently.
crazy.
Have you seen the memes about Inter dumpster diving and everything in the little picture is the Premier League?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
pretty
they
much.
just
Yeah,
said that.
bro.
I mean,
Really? Not paying attention.
Maria, bro.
Damn.
Pay attention.
I knew it was gonna be me. I knew it was gonna
I
be
would stand
me.
up for you, Marco, but come on.
You-
That was my opening
Not only
line,
did he
bro.
not listen to you, but he interrupted every people you
But
just
that's
said.
it.
That's like the ultimate, yo.
You can't give me
Nah, I'm
one.
reminding you.
Oh.
You have one in the book already.
Yeah.
You have one in the book already.
Do we have the thing? No.
Yeah,
No, but
get them ready to
I
die.
already have
board.
two.
We're gonna
I already
make a
have
board.
to do the
Okay.
second
Marco
one.
has 2 yellow cards. Oh my god.
Jesus.
I mean,
Someone have to get him for that.
Conte did spend like 2 seasons in the Premier League, so he I had a close up look
He
at all
knows,
these
yeah,
players.
he knows. He knows.
Victor
what
Victor
players are
Moses was his
available.
player.
Bro, that's like
That was his guy when he
That's
won
like-
the freaking league.
I feel like that's like playing a FIFA career and you only pick players that you know, so you end up rating a
I'm playing
specific
FIFA
league.
career mode right now, manager
Yeah.
mode, and just like clicking the players he knows. That's crazy.
But picking a specific player, building on that, for someone that went for so cheap, Erling Haaland, 5 goals in 57 minutes of play, hasn't even started. He's scoring as a sub, and this guy is just blowing everyone's mind right now because
so, do you want to
he's doing
kick
it for
Ed?
fun.
Do you want to kick Ed Woodward in the nuts?
honestly, I think every team, because I know Arsenal were also in the running
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna remember almost everybody.
for running
so.
for running for his signature. United as well. I know,
But he
there
was
there
at
were
your
some
camp.
Spurs.
He was at your camp though.
right with the father and all
Yeah,
that
he was
stuff.
there, man. Like honestly,
I'm
it was between
not-
United and Borussia. at that
I'm
point.
not,
His father played in the
bro.
Premier
I'm
League
not
or
gonna
League
get into
One.
that, man. That's gonna get me upset, dude.
Do it.
Really
I
is.
want to see it upset because
It's gonna
this
get me
is
upset.
it should be. You guys are looking like the Arsenal back in the day where you have
It's a big
you almost
fail.
sign all these players, but you let them go because of your
Word.
paint pictures.
If there's quotes like 5 years from now, it's like Solskjaer says, I would have almost signed Haaland. I would have almost signed.
I mean,
Bruno,
my
bro.
God.
The biggest one that ever went around was freaking Zlatan being at Arsenal, and then
Yeah.
Arsenal said, "Yeah, you have to try out." He's like, "Oh, Zlatan's a tryout."
And the most recent one, Ronaldo. I almost signed with Arsenal.
Yeah.
You were United. So
No,
who's
I-
to say? Haaland's
think-
like I almost signed with United, but
in that specific situation, man, when it comes to agents, I have a big thing against, like, especially what's this guy name? Mino Raiola.
Mhm.
And like the exorbitant fees that they slap on there because they have so much power in that market,
But he gets him.
bro. No, man.
you- well,
I think
hold
you
on,
kind of have
hold
to
on.
cut that off, bro.
the thing is that let's be real. Like, yeah, you might not agree with that, but Borussia are in no comparison to the status of United, who have, like I said, an infinite checkbook.
Mhm.
That's not coming out of your pocket.
No, of course not. But
It
it's
is
still
coming
coming
out
out of
of-
the club, though.
Exactly, but I
And-
mean, Haaland. Who would have paid?
No,
Haaland? Like,
absolutely.
no-brainer.
He's
18 years old, right?
The
I
thing
think
is
he
that I'm agreeing with you 100% on this. And the thing is that they were the same way how I read apparently reports that, and I said this before, how Joel Glazer thinks that Bruno Fernandes isn't worth 68 mil.
he was on the lineup today for Sporting. by the
Right,
way.
and it was probably the same BS maybe with Haaland and his father saying like, "Oh no, he doesn't deserve to." All these add-ons that apparently he wanted to put into his contract and clauses and all that other stuff, and like, okay, maybe it would have gotten, given them benefit of the doubt, maybe it got a little, I don't know, complicated,
Mhm.
but still, 5 goals, just like that, and we were talking about it off air, man. It feels like, because I definitely didn't watch, I didn't have access to as much soccer or football as I do today, but it almost feels like watching Zlatan growing up, like watching someone who knows he's good and is arrogant because he's good and just doing his thing and just blowing up any league that he's in.
For as much as an infinite market that I think it is, I think this purchase, the Van Dijk purchase, a lot of purchases, kind of prove you get what you pay for.
But I mean, he was cheap, bro. 18 mil.
18 mil, but yeah, for an 18-year-old who was only performing in Austria, correct. So it's not like he was already making big moves. He was in Champions League. Don't get me wrong.
No, yeah, he was.
But I mean, to be doing what he's doing now at Borussia and just
Borussia.
looking
And just
so
bullying teams, dude.
dominant,
Bullying
just so
teams.
He's so good.
monstrous, dude.
So
It's
good.
crazy. I actually wanted to watch this game because I thought he was gonna start, but he didn't start. But just watching Borussia play, and then once he stepped on, it's like it just went to a whole different level.
Yeah, a different gear. A different
like,
gear with
holy
someone like that.
shit.
Yeah, the game changed. Like it was more direct. It was just crazy. He just changed everything.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so we're going to say, let's say Borussia hold on to him for the summer.
right?
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
In the case that they don't, how much do you think Haaland would go for, Marco?
Well, you already know he's gonna go to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, for real.
Nah.
What price tag would you slap?
Lewandowski, bro. Come on.
How long? In what? In 1, 2, 3 years? Leave.
No, let's say he finishes this season, next summer transfer window, because he has to finish out. Based on how he's doing, I'm sure Borussia will do their best to hold
give
him
him at least
on.
a year because he's only been
So
there for
give
half
him at
the
least a
season.
why.
year.
All right. So 2021, 22.
Summer transfer, yeah.
At least 100, 125.
125.
I agree
I
with
think that's low, bro.
I mean,
I
honestly,
think that's low.
With the
that's
standards, it's low, but it's still 20.
for the
he's like
first,
19.
just given
I
his.
don't- I don't
Actually,
even
no,
think-
I
I don't
don't
even
even more
think-
honestly. Look
I
at how
don't
much is
think-
Mbappe for?
Yeah, I don't even think Felix,
is
who
Mbappe
went
for?
for 126, he wasn't blowing up. Like, yes, he was playing in Portugal, but he wasn't blowing it up like that.
Hell no.
He was just,
Actually, no,
like
you're
good.
right.
Like he caught your eye.
Yeah, no.
But this guy is doing it against whoever he wants. and he's backing it up by talking smack before he does it.
He is
like,
the
I
younger
think-
version of Zlatan.
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much,
I think he is. I think he's gonna. I think he might hit like
200s.
yeah, bro.
That's
I think he
scary,
might hit
man.
like 180, 200.
So he's only then he's only
You think-
going
you
to
think-
United, PSG, Real Madrid.
You think he's gonna hit
Barcelona.
the? You think he's gonna hit the Neymar price tag?
Oh,
Oh, without a doubt.
yeah, man.
If he continues,
I really do.
Yeah, if he's
He has,
consistently,
bro.
doing
He
what
has a
he's doing
perfect.
now.
He has a perfect reason to boost up that value right now. He has nothing to lose. The second half of the season for Borussia, he hasn't proved. He doesn't have to prove anything to
He
anybody.
proved it because
He already did.
Proved it in
He-
59 minutes.
Yeah, he already did
Yeah.
in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, everybody's asking, what do you do? Where do you go from now after doing a hat trick on his debut and coming in as a sub?
That's
Scored
wild.
2 goals.
Everybody was like, okay, so what are you gonna do next?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
beat Bayern Munich for the title.
So
Yeah.
is he eligible to play Champions League with
Yeah,
Dortmund?
they,
Yeah, 'cause he's
they
knocked
changed
out.
the rule.
Yeah.
They changed the rules last year.
It's because they're knocked out because they just knocked out,
No,
right?
no.
No.
The whole transfer thing just.
Oh, it's done. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I thought it was only one player, but apparently it's everybody.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's gonna be interesting to
that
see
is
how
gonna
he
be
does.
interesting. He was doing good in Champions League too, man. It's scary how dominant this guy is.
So we don't want to end it on a bad note, and we definitely want to do this out of respect. But we threw in some references here and there, not too much because we wanted to give it its own time, the time that it deserves. But we want to speak a little bit about the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant, which all the news broke out yesterday, and I want to go one by one with you guys. Like, where were you when the news broke? I don't know if you guys can tell a little bit about where you were, what you were doing.
No, dude, it was literally yesterday. So I mean, I had just had dinner with my parents and Raquel, my brother, who were just eating. I'm watching the Real Madrid game because it just kicked off.
Yeah, that was like at 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't know. Yeah,
It was right before it.
Right before it, and then I get all the text messages like Beto's texting us, "Yo, did you guys see the news?" And I see it, and the first thing that came to my mind is like, "This can't be real. This is one of those other hoax things that come up."
Bro, it really looked like that.
It felt like it. Like,
Well,
it
yeah.
just it
TMZ
can't
was
be
the one
real.
that's saying it.
Yeah. So, and then just going, I just had to I couldn't watch the game. I went to NBA TV, just watched the reports. I was looking all Fox, CNN, everywhere just to get some kind of confirmation because I just didn't want to believe it. I didn't know how to feel, dude. Like I felt. I don't know. It was just a feeling I haven't really felt before because it's like losing an idol.
Yeah,
It really is like it's modern. Like for us football fans, it's like losing a Ronaldo or Messi or something who's done such an impact
on that level.
not only to the sport but to the world.
Sure.
So losing Kobe Bryant, man, I didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan. You
Sure.
know, he was before my time. I grew up watching, Kobe's better part of his career. So it was definitely heartbreaking and gutted, 100%.
Eddie, you got anything?
Yeah, dude. Like, I didn't think it was gonna hit me as hard as it was. Like, cause like he wasn't always like my favorite.
Right.
But yeah, that shit hurt, bro. Like, I'm like tearing up right now just thinking about it, cause dude, he was one of my idols. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. I can't think about this shit though.
Marco, where were you when the news broke, man?
I was literally just waiting for the Real Madrid game to start, and yeah, Beto was the first one that bring it up. He was like, "Yo, do you hear this?" And I was like, "No." And I started looking it up. I'm like, I can't find it on Twitter. I can't find it on Instagram. I finally go to TMZ, and that's where I see it. I'm like, okay, but they're the only ones reporting it.
Right.
They're the only ones mentioning it. I'm like, all right, let's give it time. And worst part is Twitter started acting up, and my phone started acting up, so I couldn't get messages that everybody was sending.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get delayed messages, and then I started seeing reports of it was the helicopter crash, that there was more people involved. Then like an hour into the game, I wasn't even paying attention to the game anymore. I was paying attention to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
We found out that his daughter was in it. First, they started saying that all 4 of them were in it, and
Yeah.
his wife, and then like no, his wife is okay. But then they came out with this with
His children.
Gianna,
With Gigi, yeah.
Gigi was involved and was in the helicopter, and then they brought up that it was 5 people. Then no, it's 9. And it's just the
so
whole
many
day.
inconsistencies.
It was, but
Yeah,
the thing
it
is
was
that
like
nobody
all over the
knew
place.
really what was going on.
Yeah.
And there was no report until like 5:00 in the afternoon when the sheriff came up of the town came up and had a conference. But yeah, it's tragic and it's hard to just like
To this
Figure
moment,
it out.
It's hard to
It's-
digest,
it's-
actually.
to this
like, the
moment,
fact that something like that
and
happened.
this
doesn't
man.
feel real.
This
This can't
the
be.
thing is
can't-
that like
can't happen.
well, you guys watch basketball. I know you do, and I know you guys are like love it. I'm not a fan of basketball, but I know who Kobe Bryant was. Like everybody knew who he was, and I was never a fan, but I also know what he represented and what he meant for a lot of people. And he was very attached to the soccer community. Him growing up in Italy, him traveling to Europe and seeing and being part of his time off. He would spend it with teams. He would with Barcelona. He
He'd just
did
be
it with
chilling, man.
PSG.
He
He
was
did it
more
with
than
Milan.
basketball.
He really was.
He was
More
an important legend in this world, and he's definitely gonna be missed.
One
It's
thing, man,
crazy.
like this meme that you mentioned beforehand, like 100%. I agree with you, man. And I everybody does it. You know, you take the little shot or whatever it is. Kobe, live it
All
on,
the
man.
time, bro.
That's him living through us every single day. And again, man, I get shivers down my spine because I just can't believe this is the way that not only him, his daughter, and the other people that were on board with him, they all went because I have no words for it.
It was just sad because like I watched the LeBron game when he like surpassed him.
Yeah,
It was just the night
Dabbed
before,
up
man.
Everything, hugs and all, and
He's
it's like
humble, man. I just,
fuck, man.
So there
That shit
were
hurt.
there were rumors and reports that TMZ rushing out what had happened, and a lot of other outlets that were trying to rush the story too, which kind of contributed to all the misinformation about who was involved, the deceased,
Yeah, it
the
was fucked
people
up
who
'cause,
had
like, I
passed
think I was
away.
reading, like Rick Fox was on the thing.
Yeah, I read that too,
Like,
Rick
yo, what the
Fox.
Yeah,
fuck?
I saw
Yeah.
that, and I'm like, huh? Why would he be there? And one article that threw me off because they quoted that NBC News had said it, and NBC had never even said it. That all four girls or all
Were
four of his
on it,
daughters
yeah.
and his wife were on the
Nah,
helicopter, and then it's like, well,
ABC
who's saying?
and
I actually went into Reddit and started. Like, I'm like, this is the only place I can actually go look for
News.
news.
It's
Yeah,
I don't
it's
use
crazy,
Reddit,
right?
and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go here because Twitter's not updating me fast enough. I'm like, I'm gonna start
Yeah.
asking questions, and I didn't know that Reddit, after like you put like comment like once or twice,
Mhm.
it stops you from commenting for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I learned it the hard way because I wanted to like learn more and figure that out. And yeah, it's
So
It's numbing.
he survived by his wife and his other children. His wife Vanessa, who happens to be Mexican,
Mhm.
and that I think contributed a lot to him being very well known, at least in the Latino, the Hispanic community, because this guy learned learned Spanish and
Beautiful, great Spanish.
he publicly put out like, give me 2 or 3 years, I'm gonna have good Spanish. It's not that bad. And a
Mamba
lot of
mentality, man, Mamba mentality.
a lot of the Spanish media outlets are out there, posting this clip of him
Yeah.
because I think he just loved interacting with people so much that it takes a different mentality, like you're saying, to be like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up this whole completely different language just so that I can share ideas with
Ju-
these other people.
I'll give you an example, the impact he had. Like, yesterday I saw the news. I was at the table and my mom was like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm just glued to the TV
Mhm.
for like hours. And I'm like, did you hear Kobe passed away? She knew Kobe
And
was.
she knew who he was.
Like,
right?
oh, wow, the basketball player. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, man. Then she left the house. She had to go do some errands. And today she gets home from work. She's like, oh, did you know about this about Kobe? Oh, did you know about that? Did you know about this? I mean, yeah, of course, you learn more about, when somebody passes away, unfortunately. But it just shows that, people do get involved and do appreciate these little things that Kobe did.
Right.
Learn Spanish, watch Sábado Gigante,
Yeah.
go to the Women's World Cup, go to Barcelona, go to
Go to
AC Milan,
Yeah.
do all these things.
United, posting up with
Neymar
Henry.
celebrating him for his name. The whole NBA entirely tributing
The whole NBA, Real Madrid doing.
Real Madrid, doing everybody.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the AC Milan game today, but yeah, they did something for him.
They did
Everybody
something for
did,
him,
man.
too.
And it's just, I don't know. At this moment, I still don't feel like it's real.
I think
Man,
it
it's just
feel-
numbing, like to go on what you were saying. Like,
Yeah.
I was just home, and my dad comes home. He's like, "Yo, did you hear?" Because I remember, like, me and my pops used to just watch like NBA games together. And it was just, I just can't believe, like,
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
those situations that you wake up from like a nightmare and you're like, oh my god, I thank God it wasn't true. Like, it was so realistic,
Yeah.
but you wake up, you're like, okay, it wasn't real. You're right now, like everybody, I think the whole world is just waiting to wake up and
It's
nobody's
not,
waking up.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
true.
something that, the only thing we could take away from this that, he always, leaves a last impression on us. And that's just don't take it like for granted because he had everything at his feet,
Yeah, he did.
at his hands. He had the business going on.
Yeah.
I told you guys I know somebody who's supposed to start working for him today
Mm-hmm.
as a personal
Crazy.
assistant.
Mhm.
Like, she just was with him on Saturday, started working for him. I mean, today, and just like that, it's gone. So I mean, just appreciate your loved ones. Don't hold on to the little shits and that don't mean anything. Just live life
and just be
Mom
bigger.
mentality,
He
man.
definitely
Mom mentality.
showed. He definitely showed. One thing we were saying off air, like absolutely, there are players that have a high caliber in the game of basketball, like Michael Jordan, for example. But I think how Kobe is different, and also throwing out LeBron James right now. But I think Kobe was a bit different because he had such an ability to transcend basketball, and he was already in other sports, and most importantly, he was also in football. Like how you were talking about, like him playing and participating with on the pitches before he had to go practice his free throws, practice his shot, and that's something that someone who has a bigger mentality than most would do, and definitely to highlight the fact that any little thing that you do, no matter how small you believe it is, it has an impact somewhere to someone, especially if it's a positive one. So there's no reason to think, I'm not doing enough, or this isn't doing much, because it is definitely embodied by someone like Kobe Bryant. Of course, he had it, transmitted all over the world because he's an iconic athlete. But on the level of on the personal level, even whatever little things you may do, it can affect someone so much. And it just shows here the wide reach of what the tragedy that happened to him, how it affected so many others. It just shows that that stuff counts. That stuff really counts.
Yeah.
So we definitely wanted to give some time to Kobe on the show to appreciate what he's done, not just for basketball but also for the beautiful game, and how he's kind of embraced the mentality of just being bigger than yourself. Being bigger than yourself to the point where you can appreciate the small things.
Just do more.
Yeah.
Do more.
Do more. Exactly.
And it's certainly not our intention to end on a sad note, but we do want to make sure that we keep moving, because a lot of players were saying oh, the NBA did wrong by keeping the games going on. It's like, no,
Kobe didn't want that.
Kobe would have probably told them keep playing, keep moving,
man.
keep going. Like there's no reason to stop. And
Keep grinding.
And that was one of the things that he mentioned. A lot of the clips that were coming out today, actually, about him using a personal helicopter, which was
See his family
what
more.
was used, and it was because he wanted to see his family more. Doing little things, keep moving, find a way to do it. And he mentioned, even if I know I was going to be away from my family, and if by taking this helicopter to get quicker to my practices, so I can get home and get back in the carpool lane to be with my children for 20 minutes in the car. He's like, if that's all I get with them, then that's what I want. And I'm going to do more just to get to that.
Yeah.
So,
Mom mentality.
man, it's a big loss. I definitely, the same thing. I couldn't believe that. And I know we're all, at least here on the bench, we definitely recognize what someone of this, just legendary status did for the game, and how much he inspired everyone else. So
On and off the court.
on and off the court,
100%.
absolutely. So, listen, we want to take just a real quick moment, put it out to Kobe. We're going to end the show on that. We usually do our call out, but this one's going out to number 8, number 24.
Prayers to the families.
And definitely keeping the family, Vanessa and her
His
surviving
family.
the surviving children,
Yeah.
the other victims on the helicopter, of course, too, because there was also a female baseball coach on there. I was learning
John,
Altobelli.
Alyssa, I forgot the other one.
Yeah.
The pilot as well. So
Yeah.
we're gonna catch you guys on the next one. We're gonna put up a small tribute right now on our Instagram halftime live. There won't be a debate, and like I said, we don't mean to end it on a sad note. We want to end it with a level of respect for someone that did a lot more for himself and for the sport. So we're signing off, and we'll see you on the next episode.